Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of Deck Profile Weekly Video, where we discuss, or where we're doing an updated video for Brandt, which is our Blue Storm, Blue Deathster, Skyrender, Avantgarda deck for the next collection we have, which is going to be set 10, I believe, a set 9. The first one was just a prologue, in my opinion. Now, I did some more checking and what deck profiles, I looked up on everybody else's deck profiles for their views of what main units they like to use, what their preferences. I think most of them are very consistent to this thing here, but I decided to add my little twist to it, where I made my entire deck completely blue Deathster, with some small hints of the units that might be good for the deck. Maybe I add a few pluses, minuses. You get the idea of it. But right now, I do like this build because, well, one, it's part of the new collection, and two, it's nice to get an idea what units may be good for a deck or not, you know? So, I finally say, well, I don't know why I said did twice, I'm sorry about that. So I did an update video for this, the same night as I done with the first video, because I was so eager to just get on with it and see what I could find and what units I liked and what I personally liked. There are some units though I'm still missing, technically, TBH, but hopefully by then I will start get everything rolling and we'll get on with the gigs. So, but until then, this deck again is once again inspired by Samuel Fredson, from the US Team Deluxe USA Card Fighters, from the Team Deluxe gig kind of thing. He's also an FBI agent, which is an undercover agent, and sadly though he couldn't give any more information to Toa Ibana due to his friend Masanori Iziki from Team Uniformers, so to speak. So, and basically this alone is a character deck profile as well, because Samuel Fredson is, not only I found him very sexy personally, just like Musashi, but I think he's also a character who actually introduces anime, like anime manga, actually in the episode of an anime. So I thought it was very interesting to me that he likes that. Plus, him and Donji have a bit of a history, even though he calls himself Peach Mountain, which I'm like, really, Donji, can you find a better name than Peach Mountain? It's not like you're having a peach pussy moment. Like, shit. But anyways, enough of that little prattle right there. Let's jump right into this video, where I'm sorry to say, like, it took a little longer, but I just want to add a little more twist to my videos. So for the ride line, we're still using Blood Deathstar. That's like a fun name, actually. Blue Deathster, Sora, period. I don't know why it's called period at the end, because I'm like, I'm sorry, he's not on his period. I'm on my period. I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, so just a little reminder, we do need Sora for all the effects that will apply for the ride lines to get their strategy orders, blah blah blah. And luckily enough, these are all set orders, so you can actually just use them, you know, anytime you want, activate certain effects. You know, I think that's more plausible. If this is getting a little too much, give or take, just let me know in the comments. So, and the grade 1 we still are using is Blue Deathster, Dark Verdict, Findanis. I believe these are all more of these names are in German, so I think these are like warship type of units, I think. Sora is like a normal thing like you hear from Digimon, Kingdom Hearts, what effect you want to do, I don't know. But yeah, we still need him, because according to his ability, if I give you guys a reminder, when this unit is rolled upon by Blue Deathstar, Heavenly Death Ray, Stelvane, if your soul has a Sora in its card name, search your deck for up to one grade 1 strategy order, reveal it to your opponent, and add to your hand. Then, of course, you know, you call it to rear guard. You can call Sora back. You can call this back. Whatever the case might be. Whatever the hell you want to do. We also have, for grade 2, speaking of devil, Blue Deathster, Heavenly Death Ray, Stelvane, I guess you could say. And of course, the same skill is, you need to have a Sora card in order to use its skill. And can we just scoot this over here a little wee bit? There we go. And then finally we have the next guy himself, which is Blue Deathster, Skyrender, and Avantgarda, which is your main grade 3. So these guys are meant to be your main go-to ride line deck. I can understand if some of these cards are going to be like a mix between the custom ride lines. I've never gotten a chance to do a custom ride line before with the other Vanguard units who are Vanguards related, so we'll get to that in a minute, like a hot minute. But yes, this is the confirmed ride line, and we are using the blue sleeves on top of the imaginary gifts ones, because unfortunately I can't find anything that's like mechanical unless you want to go Gear Chronicle. So try to stick with the theme, stick with the colors, you know. Like any other gig or dress, you need to have the right colors. Now for my trigger lineups, of course this is going to be just the same no matter what you kind of put it as. So for my 2 heals, I've chosen the Alter Rate Spear Dragons. So we're using Space Dragons instead of pure mechanical cards, in my opinion, because I believe that Cardinals are meant to be for Cardinals. And I know Haruka uses the Cardinal criticals and the heals in her Gravidia deck, but we're not going to be like those basic ones. We're just going to use the generic cards that are good for the deck themselves. Now, I might put these guys in Gravidia because they are technically Space Dragon. And guess what Norlinger is? A fucking Space Dragon. There you go. I said it. So sue me. The next heal we have is Lady Healer of the Creaking World. So we're using it for the stand ability. Because there's a chance your opponent's Vanguard is going to be a restander. So watch out for that. And then we also have Whistling Arrow of Recursion Obifold for the critical trigger effect. So basically you can use this card against Boss Sagra or any other deck that can contain one other critical power. So for draws, this is going to be 2 copies of Ameliorate Connector, 4 critical, or 7 criticals. God, I haven't been twin-twed. I can't speak, leave me alone. We got 3 copies of Star Aggression Dragon, which originally this was meant to be in, this is Samuel's critical trigger that he chosen for his deck. So I decided to put it back in here and gave a slight evolution to it. And of course we have the Dekarcops for them because there are sometimes an effects where you can contain soul, of course. 2 copies of Cardinal, Draco, and Enpyro. You know, this is probably an obvious point at this point. Ugh, why did I say key point? Sorry if I repeat too much shit on this video, that's not my intention. And then of course we have the over trigger, which is Eldobreath for the skill. What is that? Okay, there it goes. What the hell is this shit? Sorry guys, I'm kind of like stuck here. Okay then. So anyways, this is the trigger lineup I've chosen personally. Like I said, all of them are like the same number of fronts, criticals, draws, over trigger, the whole shebang. Now, unfortunately though, I know I might get a lot of people busting my chops and saying like, well, bitch, can you like change your triggers a little bit, try something new and different? Like, what you're basically asking me to do is get rid of my front triggers, is what you're trying to ask, because a lot of people just don't like front triggers apparently, and I don't understand why. But I'm sorry, but that's the one thing I'll try not to do, because I like to have a little variety in all my decks. So in case of any contingency kind of happened, I can change my deck up if I want to have like 3 draw triggers or 4 draws, 7 criticals, or 8 crits. You know, I know we like going back to old ways of like 12 criticals in the deck, which, you know, I did try once and it was fun, but not too much fun now. Now, for grade 1s, of course, we're playing 4 copies of the Blue Deathster Hanada Halfway, which is from the set 10 collection. So this, what his skill is going to be is, when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard with Blue Deathstar in its card name, counterblast 1 and draw a card. Okay, very fair. And it can be any Blue Deathstar, so that's a good thing. When this unit boosts, if your strategy order was put into the order zone this turn, and to the end of that battle, this unit gets 2,000 power, and if this unit is in the back row center column, countercharge 1 card. So this is actually pretty perfect, because most of these cards will actually use some counterblasting, I believe. I think it's mainly the grade 3, I believe. But I can always double check the, you know, the history on that one. So guess what, you guys? That is literally the only blue Deathster unit we are using in this grade 1. The rest, it's going to have to be 3 copies of Planet Wall Dragon for our complete guards. 3 copies of Disruptive Strategy Killshroud. Now, I've seen people play maybe only one of these because that's all you probably need is a one of. But I do like its effect. Now, I'm going to read its effect. When this card is put into Soul from the Order Zone, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Choose one of your Vanguards and it gets 5,000 power into the turn. So, to me right there, that's perfect. That is actually perfect to not only blow up one of your opponent's rear guards, but also get 5k power. I'm sold. I'm sorry, I'm literally spent. And of course, let's not forget, we have one Elementaria's Sanctitude in the deck. I wish I could play multiple of this card because this is freaking genius, but that's just me. So yeah, I know this card's a bit more pricey, so if you guys don't have this card whatsoever, always play another copy of Planet Wall or the 4th copy of Ever Complete Guard you ever choose to. But that is it for the grade 1 lineup. Now for grade 2, kind of shocking to you guys, now you guys are probably shocked about this at all. The grade 2s are actually more than the grade 1s and 3s themselves. And I'm going to tell you why. So basically we have 13, 8. Yep, we got 13 grade 2s in this deck. So that's a little bit more than the other 2. But I'll tell you why. Basically what I chose is this one. The new contender for the deck. 4 copies of Blue Deathster, Rock Grihil. Grihil? What his name is? Grihil? I don't know how the fuck you want to pronounce that name. The name will be in the description box down below. Maybe you guys can help me out figure out what the fuck it means. But he's from the set 10 collection. So his skill is, during your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Avantgarda in its card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 power, and if your strategy order card was put from order zone into Soul this turn, this unit gets 5,000 power. So technically, double its attack points to 20,000 power. So an extra 10,000 right there, so that's 20k. So he's a big boy. He's a big beefy boy. Now I believe the soul power of any of the order cards, if they are put in the soul this turn, or that turn for that matter, these effects will apply. So that's why you need to have your order cards in as fast as possible, in my opinion. The next one we have is 3 copies of Blue Deathster, Section Ausfuhl. These guys are all pretty much fucking German, in my opinion, and one of them Nazis. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. There better not be Nazis in here. But his skill is, from the set 9 collection, of course, this is, when this unit is placed on rear guard, Soul Blast 2 cards, choose a grade 2 strategy order from your drop and put into your hand. So he's basically your refiller for the grade 2s. And since we are using a nice, or at least 2 copies of the grade 2 strategy order, I think this won't be a problem. I know you guys may not like him, but he's just in here for the contingency plan before something else goes wrong, you know? Next, we also have 4 copies of Enlightenment Age Dragon. So we're still using 4 copies of him because his effect still applies to set orders. Groovy. And then finally, we have 2 copies of Bomber Strategy Dusting. Now, basically, I chose 2 more. I know people say maybe one of, but I just like his effect. He says, when this card is put into Soul from the Order Zone, choose one of your Vanguards, and at the end of the turn, it gets 10,000 power. Your opponent cannot intercept and cannot play Blitz orders. Now, Elementary Sanctitude, gone. Goodbye. Whatever. Like, finito. Basta. Bye-bye. Kind of thing. And that's the only Italian I can actually remember. The only Italian I can remember. So yeah, this is the lineup that I chose for my grade 2. And now, moving on to grade 3s. You know, guys, let me get more comfortable because my leg is starting to fall asleep, which sucks. Okay, maybe it's starting to fall a breathe. Whew! Okay. So now, for the grade 3s, well, you guys are going to be shocked about this. There's only 6 grade 3s in here. Yeah, there's 3 only. Unless they made unless we're getting the new not Blitz order, Blue Deathsters in the set 13 collection, which would be like next month. We'll have to worry about that later. But right now, we're using 3 copies of Blue Deathstars again for Avantgarda for personification ability, and 3 copies of Shock Strategy Death Winds. Now, everyone says this is a 4 of. It's meant to be a 4 of. But I want to make room for the other units to see what can mix and match. And have a little chemistry. See, I wish they could teach us more in the classrooms in school about the chemistry part, about what quantity is good over quality. You know, all that stuff. But I figured this card is still good because of its skill. When this card is put into Soul from the Order Zone, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets this skill. It's a Vanguard auto only. When this unit attacks, all your front row units get plus 5,000 power and then turn. And to the end of turn. So that says twice. So basically, you need to have Avantgarda as your main Vanguard at all times, which is not going to be much of a problem because persona writing, all that stuff, it's amazing. So, with that being said, you guys, that is it for the updated deck profile video. And, oh, yep, there it is. And yes, that is completing the video of both Eugene update and Blue Deathster Avantgarda updated. So I'm happy just to say that I'm finally getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully, there'll be more videos coming up soon. I'm still waiting for that chance, but yes. But that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the videos that I did provide today for Deck Profile Weekly. I know it's been a long struggle for the past this whole year, but I'm finally glad that things are starting to get back to normal a bit. I'm finally feeling more content of doing videos for you guys. I'm very happy about it. But yes, anyways, you guys, that is it for the videos. If you guys like the content I do create whatsoever, be sure to subscribe, comment down below, thumbs up for the videos. If you guys have questions, comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. And, oh, for hell's sakes. Anyways, you guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you guys, make some good choices this week. Think positive. I know mental health is still on the rise. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. You have every right. And remember, you have the precedence of making the decks that you want to build and you enjoy them. That's totally up to you. It's all good. Now, until next time, you guys, as always, I've been your faithful host, Siren Frost, signing out.